What's up, everybody? Josh here, Jim's Hobbies. If you haven't seen it yet, it just came out today. Our boy Mitch Miner, Topspeedrcmminer, Mitchell Miner, released a video starting the speedrun challenge. So, what the speedrun challenge is, your old drag cars, your converted drag cars, your drag slash, your low C22S, your DR10s, your converted bandit, rustler, um, team associated old B3, B6, two-wheel drive, rear engine, rear transmission, stock tub cars. So it can be the aluminum one from the 22S Losi, plastic from the Traxxas, plastic from the Team Associated, no DR10Ms. That is a mid-motor car, and you can get them in carbon fiber. No carbon fiber chassis. There's going to be two groups of people running in this class. There's going to be little ESC and big ESC, under 200 amps, Mamba, Spectrum, Hobbywing, 160 XR10s, Macklins, the older R1. I think that covers it, other than maybe your stock Valenian, which is right at 200 amps and under. So the stock Traxxas Valenian system. The stock DR10 system, actually, that's like a 60 amp ESC. That's the electronics you can run. Any motor with that ESC. Then there's the big class 2, the big ESC group, 200 amps and up. Any motor, any ESC. If you want to swap ESCs and run a car in two different classes, just make sure you put in your video which one you're running. Class 1, Class 2. Class 1 is small ESC. Class 2 is big ESC. Any tires, 2 or 3S. If you run parallel, you have to show with a voltmeter your voltage at the ESC. Slide it out like right at the plug. On video, show your voltage. I don't think people are going to be cheating, but it's really easy to make a 2S into a 4S or a 3S into a 6S that way. So let's see that the voltage coming into the ESC is correct. If you have it hooked together with a Y plug, show it at the end of the Y plug. Make sure it's the correct voltage. No lengthening, no widening of the chassis. You can run wider arms. You can run wheel hexes to go from a 12 millimeter to a 17. The biggest thing is stock tight tub, and you can't run a speed run body. If you got a stock rustler out there and you want to go join in and do this for fun, you can run the stock body. You cannot run a speed run dedicated body, like the Delta Plastics bodies, stuff like that. We would prefer you to use a GPS, but if you're going to use a phone, realize one, they read a little slower, and it has to be in the car at all times in the run. Down the road, back, whatever. You can slide off the road with a two-wheel drive car, like you're coming down the road and you go into the ditch a little bit. You walk down, you push it back in the road. You just got to drive it back. You cannot crash. The run does not count if you crash. If you tumble, if you flip, if the wheels leave the ground, it catches air, hits and slides and rolls. It's a crash. Let's see. Yep. Mitch wants the video unedited when you start your run to end. And if you're running parallel, show under the car. Or if you're not, you show under the car after your run, so we can see your ESC, motor, battery, chassis. We want to make sure it's legal. Like, this is mostly for fun. A lot of us have these old drag cars sitting around, and no one's really drag racing right now. There's still some. But what are you going to do with your old drag car? You're going to turn it into a sand run buggy. You're going to go out and change it. But if you're putting a body on the car, that's not the stock body, not a stock bandit, not a stock slash, not a stock rustler. It needs to resemble a car. It needs to resemble a drag car. There's obviously bodies out there that push it, but they still resemble a car, close to a speedrun body, but it's not. They're built a little different. You can add wings. You can add a rear wing. You can run a wheelie bar on it if you still want. It's just for fun. The hardest part is going to be getting this thing to go fast in a straight line. You want to change shocks, that's fine. You got to have some kind of suspension. But if you want to limit it, limit it. We just don't want to see any rigid suspensions. I will include the rules that Mitch posted in his video. I'll include what Mitch posted. But the biggest thing in it here is have fun. Any questions, send them to Mitch or me. Mitch's email I'll put in the description of this video. It's topspeedrcmminer@gmail.com. And again, his channel is Topspeedrc Mitchell Miner. He's on YouTube, obviously, if you're watching this. We don't care what radio you run. We don't care what servo you run. If you run a dedicated battery for your receiver, that's fine. Just show that battery is not putting voltage into the ESC battery style. You know, a lot of people take a small battery, plug it in their receiver so they don't lose signal if the battery cuts or dies or something happens. They can still steer the car. That's fine. We just want to know what is powering this ESC right here. What's powering it? Hoping to get this pretty big. It has started now. As the video came out, it has now started. I think we was running it till the end of April. So you got roughly a month and a half to get your runs in. Mitch will be doing the updates if he needs help. Me or K-Bash, which is another great speedrun channel, will be helping Mitch out. Trying to think if there's anything else. I don't think so. Again, I'll add the rules. I don't care if you run an 8th scale buggy tire. I don't care if you run a monster truck tire. You can make it go fast, make it go fast. If you use tire prep, that's fine. If you have your wheelie bar set on the ground so it's helping keep the front end down, we don't care. Make it go fast. Let's see what it can do. The ESC and the batteries and the bodies are the limiter right now. Good luck to everybody that wants to enter. Any questions, again, comments for me or Mitchell, and Mitchell's email will be attached in this video. Good luck, everybody, and let's go fast.